Okay, we are live, Gina,
We are live.
in the Uncorked house. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Uncorked.
Uncorked?
Uncorked.
Yes. Welcome.
With Holly.
And Jeanna.
Okay, I'm so excited today. We are doing a solo episode, and we decided to live stream
I know.
to see if anybody shows up.
Just so you guys can watch how crazy this whole thing is, along with me. Because
Right.
she's ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
And the rest of it's a surprise for the rest of us.
Okay, listen. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on for you, but like I've got the dorm cat
Yeah, I know.
who's been coming through
hear
the
him.
studio. Like if you hear meow, okay, it's the dorm cat. I do not have a cat, but I do have a cat for the summer. His name is Alan. He's very beautiful,
He is beautiful
But
and
he is-
mischievous. Devilish.
devilish. Anyway, so I'm going through that. What about
Yep.
you, Gina?
Listen, we had a graduation, high school graduation. So son is going to be heading out to college in Nashville as well.
Woohoo! Yes, to Nashville and
So-
Belmont.
And Belmont. So it'll be fun. So we've got lots of big changes coming in our house, and summer is finally here in Washington. It's gorgeous. And, you know, I think trying to navigate all these big changes in life, right?
We're going to talk about that, Gina.
I was hoping so, because any therapy I can get, I'm taking. I'm taking.
Today we are about therapy. And so listen, like today I want to talk about what we're uncorking, and it's the peak tea, Gina.
Yes. Oh, yes.
PIQUE. They do not pay as they should. We are drinking it, optimizing our performance, our metabolism. We are uncorking our potential today. We are uncorking magic. We are not talking about wine today.
We're
We don't
uncorking our
ever-
digestive system and our metabolism.
We don't
all
ever
the things that are
fucking
important.
talk about wine.
No.
Now, sometimes we drink about wine. Like, I don't understand why
We
people
drink
have...
about the wine. We're going to drink about it.
Sounds like I drank it right before.
Yeah, it
but
does, but
it's
you
only
didn't.
been tea.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm sick of this.
Is
Okay,
this
like-
caffeinated, though?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that could help you a little bit.
that could help a little.
Yeah,
Put a little,
yep.
little something in the step.
Something in the step. Yep. Yeah. No, I agree. Listen, health is wealth, and that's what we're focused on.
That's right, Gina.
Yep. Health is
That's
wealth.
right.
And I think we need to continue to make that a priority. Health being physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, all the healths. We want all the healths.
Well, I mean, I literally hired a personal trainer. Shout out to Jared. Okay, like
Yeah,
listen.
I know.
So I'm lifting weights. I'm like hot yoga. Like I'm
I will
you gotta
say,
drag me to this shit, but I go. I'm a Pisces. I don't have any fire. I don't do this stuff. But
well, I do wonder. I do wonder if your physical health, a la Jared, is affecting your spiritual and emotional health. Because when you talk about it, you seem angry a tad bit on even when you get there.
I
and
give
go,
him angry emojis,
Yeah,
and he goes,
I
"What
feel those.
exercise do you like?" And I go, "Well, I mean, there's a few.
I like the drive out of the parking lot.
I really do.
I like that exercise. Yeah.
Really do. I love him though. He's fantastic. He's
And
like,
as you take a left, you That's my favorite exercise right there. Is I leave the parking lot.
I know I should be doing it. So like, I don't know.
I know. It's okay though. I mean, this is part of the coming to terms with something.
I mean, I think you don't have to love
No.
everything that you do. Now, I
No.
do enjoy him. I do enjoy it, but like I just I mean, it's really like
having a hard time appreciating the rest of it.
yeah. Although he says one day I'm going to flex in the mirror. I said, yeah, he seriously doubt it. I don't even look from behind. I don't even get a mirror and look. What's happening back there? I have no idea.
Sometimes
He keeps saying it's good for my glutes. I go, that's a good spot. Okay, that's what I'll say. I'll go, that's a good spot. What are we hitting now? He goes, your glutes. I go, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I think that's a good thing.
I'll do that. I'll do that one.
I hope somebody
I don't
else.
even look. I mean,
hope
it's not like
somebody
I
else
look.
someday down the road appreciates all my efforts right now.
Oh my
right?
God, yes. I'm taking resumes for appreciation.
But you're not inspecting prior to.
No, I'll let somebody else just appreciate me. I don't want them to inspect. Okay.
Well, but looking is inspecting. Otherwise, you'd look.
Well, okay. So listen. Speaking of
am I not
this,
right? I think I'm kind of
speaking
correct.
of this, I went to meet some friends this last weekend, and somebody was in Europe watching this reality show. And they had like a bunch of women behind a frosted glass naked. And so, and then they had a man clothed picking out the naked women. All right.
Oh, wow.
So he'd get them down to 2, and I'm like, well, do they like rotate, or are they just full on frontal, or you can't see? It's a glass.
Oh,
and I went
see.
like, okay, like who are we? Okay, no, it gets worse.
Yes.
And then they told me I'm laughing
sure.
so hard, and we were talking too loud, and there was like a 2-year-old child next to us. I'm like, we should not be talking about the vajayjay next to the 2-year-old child.
No.
Anyway, the reason why I'm mentioning the vajayjay is like the screen would go up
To a certain height?
to the vajayjay height. And then he would pick based on vajayjay. And I said, listen,
No.
I mean, we're talking about inspection. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been inspected like that. I mean, that is, and then they got to inspect him, the final 2 he had to display. So at least there was some reciprocation there.
As if that's the most important thing.
Right.
to
It was called,
inspect on a
it was
partner.
called, brace yourself, Gina. It was called,
Can you not remember it, or are you afraid to say it?
not law of attraction, love of attraction.
Oh.
What the? Anyway, I don't want to be inspected anymore. And the point is, we're talking about like my mirror. I don't want any inspection.
Yeah.
We don't need to like be comparing
Only
ourselves.
appreciation.
Only appreciation.
If it works for
So I'm
you, great. If
accepting-
it
I'm
doesn't,
accepting resumes.
move on. Right?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, how fucked up is that?
That's
I mean,
not
I don't
okay.
know.
I mean, I never really appreciated the FCC, but I kind of do right now. Honestly.
I don't know. I think they're headed by the devil.
Well,
but I don't
at
believe in
least
the devil,
ours
so-
is less devilish than theirs. Am I right? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think ours is.
I don't know, man. I have no idea, but
I mean, maybe they do that on The Bachelor. They just cut that part out.
that's just really offensive.
It's offensive. Yes. it
I
is.
mean, like,
do they talk at all, or is it just based on?
no, I didn't go that far.
Oh.
I just was like, okay, this visual, how's this working and what's really happening? I don't know, but I can tell you it's not the law of attraction. But today, this solo episode is.
I mean, this is. Well, keep going. I'll let you launch it over the bow before I like say something. Keep going.
Are you sure you don't want to launch first?
Nope.
Okay, this solo episode is about, is the law of attraction a fraud? Is the law of attraction just another fairy tale that those bro Jim Grimms, who are those people? The brother Jim Grimm wrote about? Like, is this another Hansel and Gretel?
Oh. Well, and this is, so my shot across the bow is, are we part of this fairy tale? Because before it was uncorked, it was LOA, uncorked. So what does that say? I mean, it's a legitimate question.
What
I think it's a very important conversation.
about, we used to be LOA
Yes.
uncorked and we're not?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you why I think that is.
Okay. Well, I know why it is, but let's keep
There's
talking.
controversy around this, but I
Yes.
would say that the law of attraction has negative connotation to it. And I think that it's also
what way?
connotation like, well, in that you just think it and squeeze your eyes shut. And,
Yeah. There's a, yes.
And manifest it. Okay, like there's no action.
Yes.
So people that are action oriented, the people that have fire that want to go to the gym are not me. They would want a little action. That's so, it's gotten, I think it got bad press.
Yes.
And
I
we
agree.
talked about that in prior episodes with like JJ Stenhouse.
Yep.
We did. We can put that in the show notes. And
Yep. No, I agree.
I think the other thing is it's tired.
It is tired. It needs a
A fresh perspective, right?
yes, or a rebranding, perhaps.
Well, and it feels incomplete.
Well,
And particularly in these times.
well, when people assume if you just, I mean, again, back to our society right now, where you just, you take a drug and you take something that's supposed to make you feel better, or lose some weight, or whatever it is. It's this, give it to me now, quick.
Ozempic.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ozempic. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like, it's this overnight sensation where if I want it, it will come to me and I don't have to do anything to get it. It's this,
Yeah.
I think a fairy tale is a great way to say
It's a fairy tale. The bro
perspective.
Grimm's, not Jim's, but Grimm's.
I think it's brothers.
Bros. That's why I said brothers. Bros. Back then, they didn't call people bros.
No,
they called
really
them brothers.
Did. Brothers.
Were they even related?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, well, yes. I'm against them. Hansel and Gretel. This is another Hansel and Gretel. So we're going to talk about whether this is Hansel and Gretel, whether the law of attraction is a fraud. What the hell is the law of attraction? Mm-hmm. Why are we just uncorked now and everybody thinks we're wine?
We've talked about it a lot.
I'm going to go somewhere where we haven't gone before because this has been bothering me for a while. And I feel like we need to go there. I feel like our sign is on. I keep thinking that your head should be closer over here. You should scoot a little closer over here just to make it, yeah. Okay. Okay. And then I'm a little over here. All right. Okay. That feels so much better. It's just really, it's the Virgo in me.
Welcome to live.
Now we look a little bit better.
How's that?
That looks great, Gina. All right. So, all right. We're going to talk about the power of your mindset.
Yep. I think that's a good place to start. And
what that means, like, for example, in your personal growth, your personal success, what does that look like? But, the question is are you just slugging through life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. You're asking the question right now. Yes.
Yeah. Do we really know what self-love is? Mm. And how does all this go together? I'm gonna weave the tapestry.
Oh Lord, just wait for it, everybody. Keep going.
Can we rise above the noise to connect into our inner world? There's so much noise.
It's a lot of noise.
When is our trauma going to stop dominating our actions in adulthood? When are we going to stop this cyclical movement? And how does the law of attraction fit in?
Yep.
So I would say I've really had an immense amount of faith in the law of attraction. And I absolutely 100% believe in it. I'm surrounded by people that some people don't exactly believe in it. Everything's a coincidence, which is fine. Mm-hmm. I'm not here to convince anybody, but I believe in it. And then my doubt has wavered because I'm going to tell you that maybe you don't believe in astrology, but my underpinnings is astrology. So I can see when you come in with certain challenges.
Sure.
Like, for example, some people come in with a not abundant mentality, and they struggle with having abundance their whole life. Mm-hmm. I can see that in their chart.
Yeah. Yes.
I saw in a chart where a child came in to not do well at school or have their parents be, oppressive during that period of time. So they grew up not feeling worthy. You can see some of that stuff. Now, let's say we don't believe in charts. Let's just say we've come in with certain challenges that God gives you. That's truth too. For me, it's the same thing. God gave you the chart and that's what you come in with, but it doesn't matter what your belief system is. We come in with certain challenges. And so how do those challenges react with the law of attraction? And isn't there destiny and there's free will? And how does all this go together? And when you're trying to manifest major things and it doesn't come, why does it not come? Is it the law of attraction isn't working?
Yeah.
Or is it that destiny is in charge? What is happening here? We're going to unravel that today.
Yeah. And I think it's the law of attraction is bringing things to you that you think you want. But to your point, destiny overrides everything. And so sometimes what we may think we want, we may get it long term, but it's going to come in a very different way. Because I do think I do believe eventually you'll get what you need if that's the right thing for you, or you'll get what you attract. But I don't know that it always comes in the same way, and it may not have the same impact you think it will when it does come.
Right.
Right.
So let me give you an example.
Yes.
Money is an easy one for me to talk about. I heard this story the other day. So a lot of people struggle with making money, and so they put it on their vision board. They say, I've had discussions with people who have struggled with money, and they're like, my thoughts and my actions and are in alignment. And I thought, you don't talk that way.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. But you can't convince them, Gina.
No, I know.
Because this is something that is rooted in their soul's purpose. You can't convince them. I'm going to tell you a story that I heard just last week. These folks went to a special event on the beach, and they were talking about how there was the event was so big they had to split it up into two people. One came in the morning early, and one came at night to spend time with the special
two
guest.
groups, right?
Yeah, two groups.
Yep.
And the group in the morning got danishes and breakfast, and the group at night got dinner. And they just did it because the special guest wanted to get to know them more, which is beautiful, right?
Yeah.
A person complained about like being the breakfast people and not getting the full dinner. And I'm like, okay, you're going to be like, what the hell does that have to do with money? And I'm like, it has everything to do with money.
Sure.
And I'm like,
a paid event, I'm assuming.
This was a paid event. And they didn't know that they were going to be split up. It just happened that they thought, well, they'll get more value if we split them up and give them more time together.
The participants.
Right. And I was like, and they were talking about how that's not situational awareness. I'm like, oh, no, dude, that goes well beyond any awareness. That goes to a lack mentality and you walk in the world not grateful.
Yeah.
And you walk in the world saying, they got it better than me. It is a lack mentality that will manifest into money. And so if your destiny is to struggle with money, that's your armor.
Yep.
And you can't see it. I'm going to bet you this person has money, maybe they don't, but they lack love. There's a lack mentality, but that can actually permeate to money. What are your thoughts on that, Gina?
Well, I mean, I think of it as, there are two types of people in the world, those that look for gold and those that look for fowls. And this is a foul looker for her.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that, to your point, is lack. It's not positive in terms of creating good energy and an energy exchange that will really benefit all parties, including themselves.
Yes.
So I think of it from that standpoint for sure. And I think about it very, very differently. Like, I feel like a big dinner, I'm assuming that many people, it's kind of a sit down. It's towards the end of the day when energy is lower for most people.
It might not be the best. Exactly.
I actually think the dinner would be the harder one to actually spend quality time with this special guest versus a light breakfast where
everybody's energized and maybe there's some caffeine going.
Yes.
Well, I mean, and the point is that person has a lack mentality.
Sure.
But if that person is trying to manifest things, they don't even know, they don't even understand that
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Lack of gratitude.
There's a foundational narrative running.
So let's talk about our foundation right now. So our foundation is, if you're stuck in an area that you're stuck in, you need to look at your foundation and make sure that gratitude is there. Make sure you're not comparing yourself. That's a comparison. It's a lack-minded. Any kind of lack, feelings, you don't even have to go complain. Just you feel it. Oh my God, they got this and I got that. You just feel it and it's there. Okay. So,
and other people feel it too. By the way.
And
in a major way.
Yeah. And so foundationally, that's one thing. The other thing is, I feel like, with your chart or with anything, there's a bit of destiny at hand. So let me give you an example. So like, I have been out of work for a while, and I thought things would magically the road would magically appear beneath my feet because I did everything honorable and upstanding my whole entire life. And gosh darn it, Gina, I deserve it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're in that, I can just speak from a personal standpoint.
Yeah.
When you're in that, you lose that foundation, Gina.
Oh yeah.
And like, I was like, okay, like, well, I'm in fear, FEAR. I'm in comparison. I'm in like, I have no identity. I never even thought I had an identity before. Guess what?
You did.
I did. Okay. Yeah. And it's like, I don't. And so who
am I? What am I about? Yeah.
And so if you're, so I got to a point where I was like, holy crap, I've lost my practices. I've lost my faith. I've lost all of that. I've lost my way. And I don't know where I'm going. And I don't even believe in any of this shit anymore. Okay. And then something hits me. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And then I'm like, all right.
Was that the cat?
It was Ellen the cat. Yeah, he did strike me, by the way. I know.
I'm sure.
I mean, he pretends like he's going to kiss me, then he strikes me.
Yeah, it does look like a
I don't know, man. I don't want anything to do with that Alan business. Okay. Anyway, so here's what I am going to say. We did not come on this planet to have like an easy time of it. Like, who said that the journey is all going to be, manifesting toe socks? I mean,
well, the Disney people did.
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
okay?
it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, how do you evolve to another level unless you go through the struggle and keep up the faith and keep that mustard seed of faith or whatever they say.
And look for those little moments of beauty and light and foundation and fun and levity. And I mean, it's in the small things. It's not in the big things.
It's the small things you do every day. So let's go back to self-love. So the other thing is that you're not loving yourself when you're in fear. You're not loving yourself when you are in comparison. You're really not loving yourself in comparison. And those little things that you just said, Jeanna, are so very important. What do you choose to put in your mouth in the morning when you get up? What do you choose to think in the morning? Are you in a state of gratitude? Let's go back to foundation. Are we in a state of gratitude and looking for not the fouls, but looking for the signs, looking for inspired action,
for the gold,
looking for the gold, looking for, I mean, honestly, and I got to a point where like, I think I need to go back and just do the same old thing. And it's like, the universe doesn't want you to go back. Nobody wants you to go back. They want you to go forward. Don't go back just because the fucking time gets hard.
Yep.
That's the time to dig in and go back to the foundation, go back to what that person did not have at that beach house. Okay, go back to that.
Gratitude.
Yes.
Appreciation, positivity.
Because it's not going to say you're not going to have to go through that. I'm sorry, Jeanna.
No, you're totally fine.
It's not to be that I am not going to go through that. I'm going to avoid it. But I'm going to tell you what you can avoid. The more you struggle and resist, the more miserable you are. And so I was like, okay, I'm not as busy as I should be. Holy shit. That means I'm not successful. That means I'm wasting my time. I have no time to waste. And then do you see that energy of anxiety of how can I create anything beautiful in a state of anxiety and fear? And this is the dance of life. It's not.
And if you were busy, I mean,
I wouldn't be thinking about it. Yep.
On the flip side, I can't do it either because I'm busy and in a very, very different way that is not all the same things you feel, I feel. Yeah. Right. Even busy.
Right. Right. Exactly. And so it's like, we have this universal deal where we are not okay with where we are at. And we look in the future and we go, holy crap. I'm not going to have any money. Or we look in the past and go, oh God, we had more fun back then. What happened? Like we were saying that. We're like, shit, all of our travels and all that stuff. We look like we had so much more fun. We may look like we're having fun on some of these trips, but
we do. I mean, we always have fun.
Yes.
But I do think the nature of the fun has been impacted, to your point.
Yes, because there's a level of seriousness.
Yes.
And so should we be serious about life and should we achieve? And we're going to get back to the personal growth and achieving success and that power of the mindset that we're digging our way through the tunnel to get there, right?
Right. But I do think, so if you think back on so we're talking about this podcast and we're talking about, some of our development opportunities with regard to the brand, right? When we first started, this was for fun. It was and it still is.
For entertainment.
It was to personal growth. It was
and
education and all those things. And when it becomes more of a business, I think there's part of what we're dealing with here is just the narrative or the pre-described expectation of what running a business and being a business person or being a successful business person requires, which is a level of busyness, a level of stress, a level of pressure, a level of all those things. And to some extent that will be true always in business, right?
Yes.
But to what extent is that defining success? I think that's a part of this too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, for sure.
So, I think, redefining what success looks like is really, really
well, it's
challenging.
Personal.
And
it's personal for everybody.
100%.
I think if you're working and spending all that time doing something that you love, it's not considered work. And, if it's doing something you don't love, it's sucking your soul.
Yeah.
And
yes.
It's also soul sucking when you're sitting worried about what's happening in the future. It's soul sucking.
100%.
So it goes back to your mindset. So, Norman Vincent Peale was the, change your thoughts, change your world. I believe in that. I thought I'm going to be more conscientious about how I'm showing up in my current, not worrying about the future, not being irresponsible either. Like
No.
I'm actually,
I don't think you're irresponsible at all.
I've never been irresponsible in my life.
No. No.
Maybe when I snuck out of my house at night, like I did a few dastardly things, but I was always good. I was always a good
go back
girl.
and listen to I think that was revealed in the Smoking Hot Ass episode.
Oh, yeah. Smoking Hot Ass. I did.
Sneaking out practices in your youth.
I did do
a lot
that.
about you on that one.
I know.
Link that episode in the show notes.
Oh, I think
It's a good one.
that was one of our first shows, Gina.
It was way back in the archives. It was a good one though.
It was I need to keep
it's all
that
about
mantra.
mindset too, by the way.
It is about mindset.
Very similar to what we're
I have a
talking about
smoking
today.
hot ass, right? Well, okay, so
Well, you won't know because you're not inspecting it, but
no, I won't exactly.
but I can tell you it's pretty damn good. Yeah. Those of us around you could tell you, it's still smoking. Still smoking. It's good.
That was about relieving trauma from childhood, right?
It was.
Sneaking out. Well, okay. So what are we saying? What am I saying? I'm saying the journey to life is not even if you're the most perfect manifester on the face of the planet, all your chakras are aligned. You sing out.
You drink
to
your
the world.
peak tea every day.
Yes,
you're all in
whatever.
alignment. You
You're
don't have
all that, this, that, and the other.
You don't
thing.
have parasites. All the things that we're all very worried about right now.
Yes, we are.
Congratulations, you are too now. Parasites, they're real.
I would love to have Sherveen on the Persian gentleman that is
Symbiotica.
from Symbiotica.
Maybe
yes, his
next.
big thing is about parasites. He should come on our podcast.
think he should.
I mean, listen, we will speak Farsi. I
And
know all
he's
about
a metaphysical
Nowruz
man.
and-
I think he can really provide some really interesting
Yeah, that
perspective.
for parasite things freaks me out.
It
Anyway,
really does.
so about the mindset. All right. If you are stuck in something, that just means you need to up the ante on the power of your mindset. Your mind can be controlled. I saw something on TikTok. I'm scrolling, I'm I'm actually not entertained. Okay. I mean, there's a couple people that I think are really good, but I go through there and I'm like, there's so much misinformation.
Yeah, there really is. It's pretty
And there's so much hype and
pretty egregious, actually.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, but what was I going to say about that? Yeah.
I'm not certain.
All right.
It's a parasite. They get in your mind too.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Anyway, no, what was I going to say? I was going to bring this home to personal mindset and the fact that if the going gets tough and it's an area that's stuck, you just got to up the ante. So that's where I was at. Up the ante and put in the gratitude, put in the fact that you're going to go with the flow. Don't resist that shit.
Yep.
Because if you resist it, you're just making yourself miserable. If you don't make decisions, you're just going to make yourself miserable. If you're needing to make decisions, if you are needing to, if you're wanting to go back and do the same old thing that made you miserable, rethink that because God, the universe, whatever you believe in, the higher power, maybe there's no power, maybe you believe in nothing, doesn't matter. is wanting you to progress forward. So if you're stuck, it's wanting you to, and it's a big karmic thing. We have not talked about karma, but we bring karma, we bring DNA karma, we bring all that. It's meant for you to rise above that. So yes, I think the law of attraction is still working. I think it's not fake. I think it needs a fresh approach.
It's no longer Hansel Gretel.
It's not like, didn't they bake their sister or something? That was morbid.
No, I mean, it's all, some of those older ones, you just shouldn't listen. I mean, thank God
that?
it's only shared with children, because I think most of the children
name
miss the whole
was
thing.
Appropriate. Grim?
Yes.
Like Grim Reaper. Mm-hmm. All right. Maybe the Reaper was named after them. Who knows? Okay.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter. Okay. So yes.
I would also say intention setting. And we've talked about intention setting on this podcast so many times. And I do think it's so easy to, like you said, in the busyness and the swirl of life and all the things that can be distracting, whether it's, the TikTok or not, or other things. The TikTok. It's a big deal to make sure that when you put your feet on the ground in the morning, you're intentional about how you want to show up and walk in the world. And whatever tactics work for you, whether you want big sticky notes on your computer or in your car or whatever, just be sure to make that a practice and change the mindset and change your vibration. Changing your intention will set the day and in course in a completely different, the reality will be completely different.
But if you're really down, the place to go is gratitude. That's where to start.
100%.
And if you can't think of 10 things off the top of your head you're grateful for, like the air, like your breathing, like your body does its job, like there's so many things. Okay, like if you can't think about that, then that is an invitation to do that when your feet hit the ground.
Yes.
Because when you're in the depths of whatever, I think that that's the most important thing to think about. Mm-hmm. And law of attraction is working with your destiny.
Absolutely.
It's working with your karma, your trauma, your destiny, and you're meant to come here and not walk a straight line of happiness and glee. You're here to go the path up the mountain and find the beauty, find the glee as you're going up the mountain. And these things that we've talked about today will help you reset and re-energize. So if you think I've been doing everything to manifest that, you haven't.
Yep. And always remember, this too shall pass. Everything changes. Everything. If you're having a rough go, invite in change, because it will change and it will adjust. So stay the course.
And that's how you grow personally, is to be triggered and to be pushed. And that is how we grow. Success, you need to define it on your own terms. But you will be successful if you continue to grow.
Yep.
The only time that you will not feel successful is when you're stagnant.
Yeah.
And so we want to unstuck you, come with us, and go back to the basics. That's what I think.
Absolutely. And bless the lessons along the way.
Bless the lessons, Jeanna.
Bless the lessons.
I love that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I try every once in a while. What a gift to have you all with us today.
Absolutely.
This is fun. Yes, absolutely fun.
So we are offering a free come meet us consultation on if we can help coach you or if we can help do a soul blueprint for you to see kind of where your places are that you have been personally stuck. Maybe we can talk about that, set goals around that. That's the other thing, Jeanna, how having people around you that support you,
absolutely.
That actually help shine a light on the things you don't want to look at, is really super important. I can't tell you how valuable all those people, my friends like you, the people I pay for, like my therapists, and there is an S there, and the psychics, the energy
all the
healers,
resources,
the resources.
Yes.
And so
partners in life.
We want to be a resource for you.
Absolutely.
And if we can help you at all, we'd love to. And so if you want to explore that with us, we will have it in the link. You can click a link, book an appointment with us. We are happy to see if we can add value to your life and help you move forward.
And as much as we'll shine a light on those areas for growth that you don't want to look at, maybe we're going to put a big spotlight on those areas that are unique to you, that are
Your gifts.
Your gifts. They're fabulous, because it's as important to be working on those others as making sure that you're finding yourself in alignment to highlight those gifts.
I love it, Jeanna.
Yeah.
All right, with that, it's hot as hell in here.
Yes, it is.
I'm starting to sweat.
And I'm wearing a long sleeve all black as usual.
I'm not wearing any clothes hardly.
I know you aren't. I know.
I'm like, whoo.
I think a little warm.
It's a little warm,
A little
even
warm
for the
under
baby doll dress.
All right.